Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I've got 10 exercises to work on your passing, your receiving and your ball mastery for an all-round ball control training session. All you need is a wall, a ball, and I would recommend a cone. So go ahead and grab those and we'll get into the first exercise. So for each of these exercises, I'm going to demonstrate them for about 40 to 45 seconds. So you're welcome to follow along with me, or you can pause the video and do these at your own pace. But for exercise 1, we're going to use sole rolls, and we're going to control the ball with the foot that's closest to the cone, using the inside of the foot to stop the ball. And then with our opposite foot, we're going to use the sole to roll the ball from one side of the cone to the other. And then with our next touch, we're going to play the ball back at the wall so that we can repeat on both sides. So try and repeat this one for 40 to 45 seconds, getting an equal amount of reps on both feet. Exercise 2 is L drags. So once again, we're controlling the ball with the foot that's closest to the cone, but instead of stopping the ball, as you'll see, I'm taking a touch away from the direction I eventually take the ball. So it's a little inside touch away from the cone, and then we perform an L drag with the opposite foot. So as you can see here, I place my foot on top of the ball, drag it behind my standing leg, then use the inside of that same foot to push the ball from one side of the cone to the other. So here's a better look. You can see with that inside touch with the foot that's closest to the cone, it's a slight touch to the side. Then it's the opposite foot that's performing the L drag. Exercise 3 is the Cruyff. So we're playing the ball at the wall, then using the inside of the foot that's furthest away from the cone, we're going to hook the ball behind our opposite standing leg, keeping the ball on the move with a directional first touch. Then our next touch is a pass back at the wall with the opposite foot. So we're taking a 90-degree touch with the inside foot, hooking it behind the opposite standing leg, and then repeating on the opposite side. Exercise 4 is the outside step over. So we control the ball with the foot furthest away from the cone, using either the laces or the outside of the foot to stop the ball. Then with that same foot, we perform a step over, going from inside to outside around the front of the ball. Then with the opposite foot, we take an outside touch going from one side of the cone to the other. Then we play a pass with the same foot that we take that outside touch with, so that we can repeat on both sides. So here's a better look. We play the ball, take an outside or laces touch, step over, outside the foot touch with the opposite foot, and then play the next pass. Exercise 5 is the inside step over. So this time we're taking a laces or outside foot touch with the foot that's closest to the cone this time. Then with that same foot, we're taking a step over from the outside to the inside. So we step across that ball. Once again, foot goes around the front of the ball, but in the opposite direction. And then we take an outside touch with that same foot. And then once we get to the opposite side of the cone, we repeat the exact same thing on the opposite side, getting an equal amount of touches with our right and left foot. Exercise 6 is the Samba. So this time we're taking a touch with the inside of the foot, but we're opening up our body and pushing it from one side of the cone to the other. Then with that same foot we take our first touch with, we place our foot on top of the ball, perform an L drag, and then with the opposite foot, we sole roll it from one side of the cone to the opposite side once again, so that we can repeat this exercise on the opposite side. Once again, go for 40 to 45 seconds, repeating with both feet so you get an equal amount of touches. Exercise 7 is the Rabona Fake. So we're going to control the ball with the outside of the foot that's closest to the cone. And then with our opposite foot, we're going to come behind that standing leg. Then we're going to hook the ball back, almost making it look like we're going to perform a Rabona. But then we're going to use the laces to push the ball across. Then with that same foot, we're going to use the sole to drag it from one side of the cone to the other, so that we can repeat the exact same thing on the opposite side. So here's a closer look. So outside the foot touch, other foot comes behind the standing leg, fake Rabona, and then we're going to hook the ball using the sole of the foot to push it from one side of the cone to the other. We're going to repeat this for 40 to 45 seconds, getting an equal amount of repetitions on both feet. Exercise 8 is V-cuts. So using the inside of the foot that's furthest away from the cone, we're going to push the ball across our body. Then using that same foot, we're going to use the sole to drag it back towards us, open up our hips and push it out with the inside of that same foot 45 degrees. Then we're going to do the exact same thing with the opposite foot so that we get on the opposite side of the cone so that we can repeat on both sides. So here's a closer look. So V-cut, then V-cut with the opposite foot, play the ball, then it's inside touch across our body, that same foot goes on top of the ball, then we perform the 2 V-cuts so that we end up with the ball on the opposite side. Exercise 9 is alternate V-cuts. So this time we're going to take the touch with that back foot, so we open up our hips, push the ball in the direction we want to go, and then once we get the ball across from one side of the cone to the other, we put that same foot that we took the first touch with on top of the ball, use the sole of the foot to drag it towards us 45 degrees, and then this time we're going to exchange feet and use the inside of the opposite foot to push the ball out, and we're going to repeat this twice so that we end up with the ball on the opposite side of the cones, so we can repeat with both feet. 40 to 45 seconds, getting an equal amount of touches with your right and left foot. And exercise 10 is the inside outside. So we play the ball at the wall, then using the foot that's closest to the cone, we control the ball, stopping it with the inside of the foot. Then with the opposite foot, we push the ball with the inside and then quickly take a touch with the outside of that same foot. And then we take a third touch by using the sole to roll the ball from one side of the cone to the other so that we can repeat the same exercise on the opposite side. So here's a closer look. Stop the ball with the inside foot, then the opposite foot takes the ball to the inside then outside really quickly, and then use that same foot to drag the ball with the sole across so that you can repeat again on the opposite side.
So there we go guys, 10 exercises to challenge and improve your overall ball control. Be sure to check out the rest of the channels for more individual sessions like this, and if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you smash the like button, hit that subscribe button for weekly training videos, and I will see you guys in my next video.
If you enjoyed today's training session and you want to take your first touch to the next level, check out Controlo, my very own 7-day first touch training program. The 7-day program contains over 60 exercises to challenge your first touch in all different ways so you're more comfortable with your first touch. Check out the link in my description, which will take you over to my website where you can get the program.